For Broncos versus the New Orleans Saints. Brought to you by Budweiser, Beechwood aged for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. By Pontiac, we build excitement. And by Apple Computer, maker of Apple II and Macintosh personal computers, giving you the power to be your best in home, school, and business.
With Pro Football Hall of Famer Merlin Olsen, this is Dick Enberg welcoming you to the Superdome in the Crescent City, New Orleans. A sellout crowd of nearly 70,000 fans to see the top team in the NFC West, the hometown Saints, against the defending AFC champions, the Denver Broncos. Denver at 6-5, currently in a 3-team tie for the lead in the AFC West. The Broncos in white lost the toss of the coin, will kick it off to the Saints in black. And New Orleans, a city that is marching to a winning beat thanks to Jim Mora's success of the last 3 years. We're underway. It comes down to Mel Gray at the 8-yard line. Gray, a speedster from Purdue, down at the 24 in the grasp of Tyrone Braxton. Bobby Hebert, a Cajun who played his high school ball in the New Orleans area. Reuben Mays and Buford Jordan, the running backs. Eric Martin with 60 catches, second in the NFL. Mo Hill, the son of J.D. Hill, are the wide receivers. John Tyson, outstanding blocking tight end. Jim Dombrowski, Brad Edelman, Steve Court, Steve Trapillo, and Darren Gilbert, the offensive line. Here's Hebert, who played his college ball at Northwestern Louisiana. Comes out throwing. And it's almost intercepted. It goes through the hands of Brenner right into the midst of John Tice. From one tight end to another. That's tough to do.
A few years ago, that would have been illegal, but now it's legal to bounce it off one offensive back and even bat it into the hands of another. Hebert trying to get right up the middle. Watch this ball as it rips through the hands right there. A chance at an interception touched by a defender, Klosterman, number 97, and then scooped up by Tice.
Well, a ricochet 9-yard gain to open play here in the Superdome. Reuben Mays, the lone setback. Hebert to Mays. Short yardage, but a first down out at the 37-yard line. Rick Dennison made the tackle along with Jim Ryan. Defensively, the Broncos have Boyer, Cragen, who leads the team in tackles with 106, and Andre Townsend. Simon Fletcher having a Pro Bowl year. Klosterman for the injured Mecklenburg. Rick Dennison and Jim Ryan, 2 veterans. Mark Haynes and Mike Harden at the corners. Dennis Smith and Jeremiah Castile, the safeties. First down, Hebert and the Saints. Mays. Dennis Smith playing up on the line of scrimmage. A strong safety got an early piece of him, and Jim Ryan secured the tackle. Dan Reeves, head coach of the Broncos, relieved at the fine play of the Broncos last Sunday when they beat the Cleveland Browns, led 30-0 at the half.
But he didn't want anybody to get too excited. He said that's just 1 week. We need a long streak of victories here if we're going to win our division and get back to the playoffs.
Second down and 7. With a first down at the 46-yard line at Denver. Hebert tripping, but had the presence and some good blocking to be able to wheel out of trouble. And on the run, find Martin, the 61st catch of the year for Martin.
Turning a mistake into a big play. He wants to hand the ball off to Reuben Mays right there. Falls down, but I think it may have been a play-action pass, because as he gets back up, he gets a little time, still has the presence to throw that ball into open territory, pick up the first down. Hebert to Reuben Mays, and
the former Washington State star is to the 40-yard line. A gain of 6.
Early in the year, Reuben Mays had a holdout problem, a contract problem that caused some ill feeling. He walked out of camp, and yet here he is coming back, getting a chance to start for the second time this season. And watching him in practice, his legs look like they're very fresh. He's one of those shock troops, Dick. Welcome back reserve at this time.
Yeah, he has happy feet. He and Dalton Hilliard have shared the running responsibilities, both with the middle 400s in yards gained. 2nd and 4. Mays again. Out of bounds, a first down at the 33. Steve Court, the center, with a fine block, an 8-yard pickup.
One of the best blocks on that play thrown by Jim Dombrowski. They use a lot of combination blocks. Number 72, watch him brush by and then go in to pick up the linebacker, Dennison, right there. Look at that great contact. Simply won't let him go and finally pushes him to the ground. Some great lead blocking by Dombrowski.
The Saints team, not spectacular, but consistent in victory and defeat all season long. 8-3. Their 3 losses by a total of only 6 points. They don't really beat up on anyone, but they stay in every game, and that's Mora's philosophy. We want to have a chance to win it in the 4th quarter. A little dump-off pass to Mays, and he's down to the 27-yard line. Boyer from behind made the tackle. 6 more yards for the Saints.
An excellent reaction by Walt Boyer in the game last week against Cleveland. It was Boyer who came out on a screen pass to force one of those critical Cleveland turnovers. Oh, he's playing very alert football in there at that left defensive end position.
Well, the Saints take the opening kickoff and have marched chunks of 5, 6, 7, 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 3 for Hebert. That to the delight of the offense. To Martin. And off his fingertips, Dennis Smith came over to cover. It'll be 3rd and 3. That's the first ball that's hit the ground for Jim Mora's quarterback. There he is, a handsome 53-year-old who was an end defensively and offensively at Occidental College in Southern California. His roommate, Jack Kemp, the congressman from the state of New York now, but the former quarterback great with the Buffalo Bills. Four wide receivers. Hebert in the shotgun for the first time. Wide open is Martin. And a first down at the 16. Steve Wilson made the tackle, but Martin letting his other wide receiver clear long. He cut underneath and was all alone.
Most of the passes you'll see the Saints throw are timing patterns. And watch that pattern. They're working on Steve Wilson, 45, in the nickel package. But that ball thrown so quickly that there's no time to get pressure on Hebert. And that ball thrown right where it had to be thrown to pick up the first down. They just nickel and dime you to death, Dick.
Martin in his 4th year out of LSU is to the right. Lonzel Hill to the left. On first down, it's Reuben Mays. And he has 9 more yards. So the Saints marching toward an early score. First, let's go to New York and Gail Gardner.
All right, Dick, we're going to take a look at the tying touchdown at Arrowhead. The Chiefs and the Seahawks. Dave Craig back, goes 14 yards to the rookie Brian Blades. The Chiefs-Seahawks tied at 24 apiece. Chiefs trying to move in now for the winning field goal. Let's go back to New Orleans.
And a critical game, that Seattle contest for the fans watching up in the Mile High City. Denver, the Raiders, the Broncos, the Seahawks all at 6-5 atop the west of the AFC. 2nd and a yard for Hebert. This is almost a free down for him. It's back to Reuben Mays. And he's down close to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, New Orleans.
The Saints very quick to attack the rushing defense of the Denver Broncos. The Broncos next to last in the NFL. Only Kansas City with a worse average They've given up an average of 4.6. And, of course, you come into a ball game, you've got to attack the weaknesses. And Joe Collier's defense, they've always given up yards. But the one thing that has saved them in past years is the turnover, especially down here in tough territory. And I'm sure that that's what Collier is thinking about right now. How can we shake that ball loose?
Yeah, they got 4 of them last week against Cleveland. Here's Mays.